Welcome to the Church of Thomas. Gossip, 11/18/11. One of the things that has alarmed me lately is that people on news programs and Today Show and The View and all of them start talking about the idea that gossip isn't such a bad idea. Matter of fact, the Today Show, there was a reporter that said that they wouldn't even trust somebody who refused to gossip. They wouldn't think of them as trustworthy. If someone says that they do not gossip, they said that they would call them a liar. Well, I must be a liar because I refuse to gossip. There is a reason for confidentiality. And one of the things that has brought this to the fore is the idea that Assange has been lionized as a saint for exposing huge amounts of documents. Now the problem is, I understand that there is a desire to know what's going on in governments and behind closed doors, and there's a titillation factor involved, but there's also a lot of data in there that could injure, harm, and corrupt the ideas that they're trying to produce. If you put a soldier in danger because you mention what the plans are in case of A, B, and C happening, then you've just changed the game plan so that it supports terrorists. Now, I don't think that Assange is a terrorist. I think he's an idiot. I think that he is short-sighted and he likes to be the center of attention. Many times gossips are the center of attention because they're the ones giving you the juicy gossip. That's why the Hollywood scene, where all the gossip mongers like to hang out, have so many people that make their entire living finding out what so-and-so had for breakfast and who they're dating right now and did they really go out on their wife. Who cares? Apparently a lot of people do. And that bothers me a lot. But I don't know how else to say it. There is a reason for confidentiality. How would you like it if you went to an attorney who, by law, is supposed to treat your information with confidentiality? You're supposed to be able to go to them and share your legal problems so that you can get good advice. What if they decided that they didn't like what you were saying? They printed it all up and published it on the internet. Okay, how about a priest? Many people go to counselors and priests in an effort to get things off of their chests, to find some sort of sounding board to help them to correct the problem or to alleviate the pain that they're in. As a minister, I understand the idea of confidentiality, and I do not share, even with my wife, information that is shared with me. If I decided, oh, well, this would be fun to share with the community, and I just put it out there, I guarantee you I wouldn't be a minister very long. Accountants, assistants to monarchy, you're looking at money issues, you're looking at public image issues. Again, it is the business of the people who have been assigned this confidentiality role to keep it. And for someone on the outside to decide that all information, no matter how salacious, private, personal, and none of anybody's business needs to be out there, that's wrong. In the Ten Commandments, let's see, Exodus 20, 15, and 16 are my two favorites. It says, "You shall not steal, and you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor." Now first, let's look at Assange as a thief. He accepted stolen goods. They were pieces of documents that were not intended for public consumption, that he accepted and without vetting them, without looking at how they could harm others, without looking how they could corrupt a diplomatic process. He just published them. He doesn't care. Now, the second quote is interesting, and some of you won't agree with me, but I say that often when information is given without context, without understanding the history behind the statements, without understanding that these may be snapshots, that is bearing false testimony. And by putting it out there without any kind of supporting documentation, you can injure people's reputations, you can injure people's ability to function as governments, you can air plans that are meant for protecting people. To sum all of this up, by making Assange and the other hackers out there heroes for publishing confidential data, you are promoting the very idea that it is okay to steal and to expose people's deepest private parts. There is an old phrase, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. With hackers and people like Assange out there, every single person in the world is now living in a glass house. Consider this. Do you want to support the rock throwers and the ones who would steal your data? God bless the whole world, no exceptions. Angel Eliza.